Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. As work continues at the site of the new Elmwood residential subdivision along Highway 4 in Swift Current, residents of the neighboring area are now bringing forward a list of concerns about the project. Public vaccination clinics will begin across the Cypress Health Region as of October the 19th.
I'm enjoying here to see the customer like there saying.
I have my own business here. I always tell them it's a good to live here in Canada.
Crowds gathered at Elmwood Park for an afternoon walk with their four-legged friends while raising funds in support of the local SPCA. Thanks for joining us here today. A group of Swift Current residents are raising concerns over a project being constructed in their neighborhood. We have more in today's top story. As work continues at the site of the new Elmwood residential subdivision along Highway 4 in Swift Current, residents of the neighboring area are now bringing forward a list of concerns about the project. Dick Yee and Jerry Salter are longtime residents of Hillcrest Drive and made a presentation to Mayor and Council this week. With paperwork in hand, the duo raised a number of concerns from storm sewers to increased traffic flow, as more residents are set to move into the new 81-lot subdivision across the street.
It is terrible, coming down there, people are speeding, and with the addition of all those new homes, there's going to be all kinds of people driving down there using that access to get to their place. So I'm hoping they'll put up some speed bumps, or at least the digital readout that tells you how fast you're going, because that has been a deterrent for some people.
Concerns which the city's mayor says have already been taken into consideration through a team of consultants.
Well, I mean, obviously there's a lot of engineering that goes into a residential, well, any type of subdivision really, and all the concerns the local residents had expressed certainly are dealt in that, whether it's upgrading sewage concerns with the lift station upgrades, stormwater concerns, that's all being dealt with in a much better fashion. I mean, stuff like that, we're dealing with 40-year-old problems that there's not much you can do about engineering that was done 40 years ago, but at the end of the day, most of the concerns that were raised are all things that we can handle and will improve because of the subdivision rather than being a detriment. So we'll revamp the on streets, so there'll be multiple turning lanes to get onto Memorial Drive to keep traffic flowing a little bit better. They've talked about potentially reducing speed there. So those are some of those solutions. Some of our solutions in terms of pedestrian walkway, obviously there's going to be a crosswalk that comes from the new development to get across the street. So things like that are all underway, and as I said, we've put those speed signs up throughout the community, and that's not part of any consulting. It's just something that we're doing to identify kind of hot spots in the community.
And although both residents are not against the golf course expansion or the new subdivision, more vocal concerns were addressed towards council about the lack of public consultation when the project was initially brought forward, and why a public hearing was only now being held after work was well underway for the new development.
Well, I think they were very presumptuous when they effectively ignored the residents of the area. And we happen to be the taxpayers also. And I frankly feel slighted by that. This has been the summer from hell. We've listened to the scrapers 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. As far as the golf club saying, we've been in touch with people, and they did sweet diddly squat as far as PR. They could have jotted this letter and said, we apologize, but in order to have things go forward, we have to have some short-term pain. No.
Yeah, hindsight's always 20/20. I guess it would have been nice to maybe have more of an open forum to hear some feedback. But I think at the end of the day, it's a development that certainly is a significant benefit to those particular property owners right there. Because they're now homes that are actually looking onto the golf course where they weren't before. We're dealing with all those major issues that have been problems for a long period of time, not just as a result of this development. So overall, improvements are coming. Hindsight's always 20/20. We can always improve and do things better, and we'll take that as food for thought and carry it on with future developments.
Schaefer further adds that as far as the bylaw now being brought forward to change the zoning in the area from parks and open space to planned residential was a mere matter of timing and what fit best for this particular project.
There's lots of ways to do it. The reality of it is in this particular case, we did it concurrently or in parallel, our planning department has called it. And the reason why we sped the process up is because it would have delayed construction on the residential part by 2 years. So you go from maybe 3 years of kind of noise and trouble in that area and dust for everyone in the area till you can get the entire project wrapped up, golf course renovation and residential development in a shorter period of time rather than doing the Elmwood or the golf course redevelopment. And then doing the residential after that. So we tried to speed it up out of demand and excitement for the project, but also to minimize disruption in the area.
To date, the city has received interest from close to 80 individuals putting in their request for a lot out of the 81 soon-to-be available lots in the new Elmwood residential subdivision. The average lot price in this area is estimated in the $130,000 range, and increases in value depending on your view. Well, influenza season is here, and starting October the 9th, residents across the Cypress Health Region will have the opportunity to roll up their sleeve. As the crisp winds of autumn blow in, so does another influenza season. Public vaccination clinics will begin across the Cypress Health Region as of October the 19th and are open to everyone 6 months of age and older. Getting your flu shot is at the top of the list of protecting yourself from influenza, along with frequent hand washing and coughing into your sleeve.
Influenza vaccine is our biggest weapon that we have. There's many diseases where we don't have any vaccine against the illness. For influenza we do have a vaccine, so that's our strongest weapon to use, and we really encourage people to get the influenza vaccine. Many people will be on the edge and not really considering vaccine, but many other people, once they've had the influenza, have certainly seen the light and get their shot every year.
A typical influenza season runs from November through March, and Dr. Torr says flu cases are already appearing in British Columbia, which could mean another interesting season ahead. And further emphasizing the importance of getting your flu shot on an annual basis. A one-dose formula, which is derived from using the previous year's flu trend as a starting point for the current vaccine.
The manufacturers have to make something ahead of the actual season, so there is a tricky component of predicting exactly how, and even when they've predicted it, sometimes the virus will change, and that's why we need a vaccine every year, is because the virus changes every year. And last year, one of the components, not all of them, but one of the components in the vaccine, the virus actually changed its nature and reduced the effectiveness of that component of the vaccine, although the other component was still good. This year, they so far are predicting a much better match than what we had last year, so it should be more effective. But again, of course, it's not 100% effective, but it's a very good protection to have.
Influenza vaccinations are free through public health clinics across the province. Many pharmacies and physicians will also be offering the vaccine for a small fee. More information on flu clinics are available through your local public health office. Southwest TV News is pleased to partner with Community Future Southwest for a new series profiling newcomers and their entrepreneurial spirit. We have more in Kyani Connect.
I'm enjoying here to see the customer like theirs. It's just I'm happy to see people.
I have my own business here. I always tell them it's a good to live here in Canada, and I am honored to be a Canadian.
Edna Davidson immigrated to Canada in 1987, meeting her husband and starting a family as one of an incredibly small Filipino community. In 2012, she opened the Me Mart Sari-Sari store, a place to let other newcomers find a little piece of home.
It's sort of a grocery store for the Filipino people and for the white people too if they want to come. It's not only a business, it's sort of I want to help the Filipino people that they can grab their, what they're craving for, because that's what I'm looking for before when I came here. It's just a different cooking, the taste, so you need the Filipino store to get that ingredients.
Despite working 7 days a week to bring Filipino cuisine to her customers, it took a conversation with one of her regulars to show Edna that she had already found her success.
One day, one of my customers told me, "Ate, you're lucky you do have a store," and I do appreciate it after she said that to me. Before, I never appreciated that I do have a store. I thought I'm just a sales lady here. I never have an idea that, I can make it, but I did. I have no idea before how to start a store. I'm enjoying here to see the customer like this, and it's just I'm happy to see people. Yeah, I got tired sometimes, but like I said, I have to do it.
Kyani Connect is powered by Kyani Canadian, a network of independent distributors. Kyani, experience more health, more wealth, more life. Financial support for this program was made possible by Community Future Southwest, supporting entrepreneurs in Southwest Saskatchewan.
Thank you, Community Future Southwest.
Ariel Camarador is a man that knows the value of hard work. Since moving with his wife and children from the Philippines to Canada in 2008, he has worked at least 8 different jobs, often 2 or 3 at the same time.
Maybe I have 8 or 9 jobs, Yeah, I still work in Walmart too. I applied there. I think that's self-determination. Self-determination. I want to work. I want to earn money. Yeah, I'm just looking forward, for my family. Here, I have to try to exceed, whatever I have in the Philippines.
In 2012, Ariel took his experience and turned it into Our Choice Cleaning Services, which quickly became known for its professionalism and quality of work.
It started a one-man job, doing everything this mall. When my son came 2013, he helped me here in the mall and some business. And we have to hire some workers now. We train them. I want to satisfy my client. I'm very happy for that when they appreciate us. I'm very, very happy. I think money cannot buy that one.
Today, Ariel is proud of his hard work, which led to his success in Canada as a business owner.
So when they know that I'm doing janitorial services here, "Oh, what happened to you, Ariel? You're doing a paperwork here. You're a consultant now. You're a janitor there." It's a job, I told them. I have my own business here. I always tell them, it's a good to live here in Canada. And I am honored to be a Canadian. I got my citizenship in 2012. And I'm proud to be a Canadian.
The Swift Current SPCA is helping a local family remember a loved one through a special dedication. We have more in this report. The sun shone on the 6th annual Alysa Young Memorial Walk in Swift Current. Crowds gathered at Elmwood Park for an afternoon walk with their 4-legged friends while raising funds in support of the local SPCA. A heartwarming event for these animal lovers and friends and family of Alysa, which has raised approximately $6,000 over the years in her memory.
October of 2009, my daughter Alysa passed away tragically, and The first year, of course, was very difficult, and so to make the day more bearable, the anniversary of her passing, we decided to have a dog walk. Alysa was very involved with the SPCA. She worked at the Saskatoon SPCA in Kennels Health Wing and Animal Protection. She was an advocate for animal rights, and so it seemed that this would be the appropriate memorial to have for her.
Following the walk, the crowd gathered at Riverside Park for a balloon memorial, accompanied by the Swift Current Green Berets, pipes and drums. The grand finale of the afternoon took place at the Swift Current SPCA, where the official ribbon-cutting ceremony opened the new Alysa Young Cat Playroom. An emotional moment for family and friends.
It's great to see these people out here, and it's such an honor, and it's such a... This was Alyssa's passion, and she would just be so proud of everything that's going on here today.
Well, yeah, the Young family are very generous and always have been avid supporters of the SPCA, and we feel honoured to be part of Alyssa's legacy and, continue to do her great work.
The Swift Current SPCA welcomes visitors to the shelter during their regular hours to meet their new forever friend, and are always looking for new volunteers. More details on the Swift Current SPCA can be found online. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.